comparing Nama Avatara and Archa Avatara. So basically now I will project in a tabulation I have made next to each other the similarities of Nama Avatara and Archa Avatara. First one, the external Vigraha is omnipotent and is as good as Lord Himself. Matter form or Prakriti, I am reading from the Archa Avatara first. Matter form or the Prakrita form of the deity is fully spiritualized and made potentially omnipotent by the descending into it of the omnipotent Satchidananda Aprakrita Archa Vigraha. Omnipotent external form is as good as Lord's transcendental form to receive and reciprocate services of His devotees. This is with respect to Archa Avatara. Its external Vigraha is omnipotent and it is made omnipotent by the descending into of a transcendental deity form from the spiritual world. Okay, so there is an external Vigraha and there is a transcendental form of the Lord who is residing in that Vigraha, and He is receiving and reciprocating the services of His devotees through the external omnipotent Vigraha. Nama Avatara, matter Nama Shabda, that means the Nama Shabda that I produced with my tongue is fully spiritualized and invested with all energies and made potentially omnipotent Shakti Aveshanama. How? By descending into it. Who descends into it? The Satchidananda Aprakrita Nama. Nam Namakari Bauda Nija Sarva Shakti. Omnipotent Shakti Aveshanama is as good as Lord Himself to receive and reciprocate services of His devotees. So please understand, both in Archa Avatara and Nama Avatara, there are two principles there. One is the original Aprakrita or the transcendental spiritual Vigraha, spiritual form, Archa Vigraha, enters the external Vigraha, and external Vigraha becomes omnipotent deity form. So there is a transcendental deity form and there is a omnipotent spiritualized deity form. All spiritual deity form and spiritualized deity form. Similarly, all spiritual Satchidananda Nama and you have got Satchidananda-ized Shakti Aveshanama. Both are existing in the Avatara. Satchidananda Aprakrita Archa Vigraha cannot be seen with material eyes. Who cannot be seen with material eyes descends into the deity. Now what happens when he descends into the deity? When he descends into the deity, he assumes a transcendental form that resembles the Prakrita Rupa or the form of the external deity, and is a merciful incarnation of the original Satchidananda form, Avatari, in the spiritual world. In the spiritual world, Lord has His original form. That form takes the form of the external, takes the features of the external form. Form features. There is form features, there is sound features. So the eternal form of the Lord, the original form of the Lord, expands into another form which is a look-alike of the form of the external deity, and then when he enters, it takes on a look-alike form and he merges those features with the features of the external form because they are identical. It naturally forms merge. Merge means they overlap. Right word is overlap. And reside therein for to receive and reciprocate services through the conditioned souls rendered through spiritualized external deity. This is an explanation of that quote where it says the Lord incarnates with with features resembling the deity made out of matter. Now let's take the Nama. Satchidananda Nama Prabhu, who has descended. Who is Satchidananda Nama Prabhu? Krishna himself. Krishna as a personification of sound is Satchidananda Nama Prabhu himself. Kali Kale Nama Rupe Krishna Avatara. So who is the Avatari? Avatari is Satchidananda Nama Prabhu. He descended into the external Nama. When he descends into the external Nama, he assumes a transcendental sound feature that resembles the sound features of the externally vibrated Nama and is a merciful incarnation of the Shuddha Nama in the spiritual world. What is the difference? This Shuddha Nama and the Nama Prabhu who is inside, who is residing within the sound. What is the difference? Different in the way it sounds, the way he sounds. What is the difference between the transcendental deity form within the external Satchidananda-ized Vigraha? What is the difference between that transcendental deity form and the original form? What is the difference? They look different, but substance is same. Vastu is same. Vastu is same. Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Ananta Rupam. Lord is the same, but his features are different. We will see why these features are different. It is only to facilitate our touch. These features are different. Nama Prabhu merges his transcendental sound features into the sound features of the externally vibrated Nama and resides therein to receive and reciprocate services from the conditioned soul. See, there is no confusion. It is very simple, very clear. Okay, it's not very complicated. The external form of Archa Vigraha, whenever renders service with faith and love, it is same as serving the Aprakrita Archa Vigraha, who has descended and merged his transcendental form features into the spiritualized matter, though he is seen directly only with spiritual mind and senses. The transcendental Archa Vigraha, Satchidananda Archa Vigraha can be seen only with our spiritual mind and spiritual senses. But he has his features, the form he has taken the features which is identical to the form of the external Vigraha. He served with attention, that is charged with faith and love, even though we may not be capable of seeing the Aprakrita Archa form with our spiritual senses, as they are not awakened due to ignorance covering our spiritual mind eyes. That means, even though we cannot see him with our material senses and material mind, however, the fact remains that he is receiving our services when it is offered with attention, faith and love. So he receives the services, even if serving with attention and love and faith, even though we cannot have his manifest presence. The Aprakrita Rupas, manifest presence we cannot have. Still he receives our services when it is offered with attention, faith and love. The empowered externally vibrated Nama or Shakti Avesha Nama, whenever chanted, heard and remembered with faith and love, it is the same as serving the Satchidananda Nama Prabhu having sound features resembling Shakti Avesha Nama. Even though we may not yet be capable of chanting and hearing the Aprakrita Nama with our material senses, without to be corrected, with our material senses, still he is served with attention, that is charged with faith and love. So in other words, third point is that whether we can see him or not see him, for him no difference. He is receiving our service and reciprocating to our service. This is his merciful nature. I may not be able to see him. I cannot see him doesn't mean that he cannot see me. He is seeing me, he is off. So what is deficiency is from my side. From his side, if I offer my service to the external deity, if I offer my service to Shakti Aveshanama, he is fully receiving it. And what he wants to reciprocate also, he will reciprocate through the external Vigraha. Because I can access only external Vigraha. I can access only external Nama.